Hi, I'm Dr. Christiane Northrup, an OBGYN physician and authority on everything that can go right with your body. And I'm here to tell you how to use this knowledge to transform your health and to truly flourish. Many people believe that health is an absence of symptoms, and the Western medical system supports this. In medical school, we were taught to think in terms of absolutes, curable, incurable. Yet today, more people than ever are dealing with chronic diseases, mystery illnesses, and other symptoms that cannot easily be cured with Western medicine, such as autoimmune disease, cancer, diabetes, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, Lyme disease, arthritis, and more. Don't get me wrong, curing is wonderful, but focusing solely on curing disease often puts people into battle mode, which is not necessarily the best mindset to be in all the time. The good news is that while not all diseases can be cured, every disease can be healed. And in this video, I share my steps for healing from just about anything. So let's start with the differences between curing and healing. What is curing? Well, Western medicine is about curing. It means relieving symptoms, for example, taking pills, getting injections, using other interventions to stop pain and make your body and its functions fit within certain numbers: blood pressure, weight, cholesterol, inflammatory markers, and more. But curing is also about saving lives, and this is often in an emergency room setting. There's definitely a time and place for Western medicine, and with so many advances in technology, we have the luxury to choose from different modalities when treating illnesses. But what is healing? In most literature, healing is referred to as becoming whole. Healing can certainly be a movement toward physical health. It can happen instantly. You've heard about spontaneous remission, or over time. Healing physically means addressing your body's dis-ease from the inside out in order to restore balance. This is often done through lifestyle choices and natural means like diet, exercise, meditation, and more. When it comes to illness, healing addresses the cause of the disease, not just the symptoms. The cause often begins with some kind of emotional trauma and the resulting toxic emotions. Healing also addresses your emotional health, not just your physical state. It's also important to know what healing is not. Healing is different from remission. Remission is the absence of clinical symptoms. But the absence of symptoms does not necessarily mean you are healed, and some people who are healed will still have symptoms. Healing is not simply managing a disease or its symptoms. Healing is much more than just living well with disease. We all know people who've received so-called cures, but have not experienced healing. For example, women who've had hysterectomies for heavy vaginal bleeding, but never addressed their fear about their pelvic organs, and never learned to accept or value them. And when this happens, other symptoms may take their place. That's because in all disease, there's an underlying emotional pattern, including broken bones. We can't heal if we hold on to self-destructive beliefs about ourselves and our self-worth. In order to heal, you must release the emotional patterns that are contributing to your illness. During his studies with the shamans, Alberto Villoldo, PhD, discovered that there's a difference between curing and healing, and how this relates to what's called the light body. To shamans, the cause of the disease is due to the imprints of trauma stored in the light body or electromagnetic field around the body or around the earth. A person's luminous energetic field registers scratch marks of trauma that are repeatedly triggered. Healing happens when we clear these marks from the luminous matrix that envelops and informs our lives. Now, I want to give you another way to think about this. Medical intuitive Julie Ryan calls our physical body the goldfish that you get at a pet store, and our spirit, or our luminous body, is the plastic bag around the goldfish. And so the plastic bag, the membrane, is the limits of our luminous body. And all disease begins with some kind of a rent in that plastic bag. Now, the main difference between curing and healing is that while curing eliminates symptoms, healing transforms your life and often, though not always, produces a physical cure. While healing, we measure success by feelings of increased well-being, a sense of newfound peace and empowerment, and a feeling of communion with all life. It's a transformative experience that is reflected in every aspect of life, including your relationships, your diet, your job, and how you experience wellness and illness. Ram Dass, who's now 88, has lived for 22 years with a stroke that has paralyzed him, and he refers to it as having been stroked, that allowed him to come more fully into his relationship with his soul. So what are the action steps to help you heal? Step 1, uncover and update your legacy. You need to leave wounding behind in order to heal. This requires naming your experiences for what they are, no matter how painful. Healing also involves, and always involves, releasing the past so we can move into the future, turning the page. If you don't release the past, you keep recreating it. Explore your past to find clues to how you are creating your present condition. I have a friend who has married and been with the same woman. It's just that she's been in 4 different bodies. So that's how it works, kind of Groundhog Day. Name the experiences that have contributed to your disease. Remember, your thoughts and emotions mediate your immune, endocrine, and nervous system functions. The consciousness that is creating your cells is often locked in the past. And I learned from Dr. Doris E. Cohen that very often there will be a childhood wounding that you haven't recovered from, that you're not even aware of, but that a wounded 4-year-old is actually running your endocrine, your central nervous system, and your immune systems. So you need to grow her up. If you want to stop creating the same patterns, you need to change your consciousness. So step 2, sort through your beliefs. Acknowledge the health-eroding beliefs you have inherited and release them. This includes your family legacy, which affects your energy, health, and potential for change. For example, if all women in your family have had hysterectomies before the age of 50, you may be influenced by this self-fulfilling medical family prophecy around your uterus that has nothing to do with your genetics and everything to do with your beliefs. Other conditions and situations that often go unacknowledged include alcoholism, premature death of a parent, the loss of a beloved pet, the loss of a significant relationship. Step 3, change your relationship with time. In his book, The Big Leap, Gay Hendricks, PhD, states that our perception bends time. People often operate under the impression that they are running out of time. This can be especially true during times of illness, and it is a very stressful perception. But we can become masters of time by becoming fully present in each moment. Here's a liberating thought. I am the place where time comes from. Or try this affirmation. Time is on my side. Time is standing lusciously still for me. I am creating timeless time. I have enough time. I'm having the time of my life. I am where time comes from. For more inspirational tips, visit my blog and explore drnorthrup.com, where you will find wisdom for your body, mind, and spirit. Visit daily to discover the connection between your thoughts, beliefs, physical health, and life circumstances. And remember, you are in the driver's seat of your health, and you have the power to make profound changes.